I want to kick it off and just ask you like how you got started doing what you're doing. Like you got your dream job at iHeartRadio, but you were at Refinery 29 for years. Like how did you get into this digital and broadcast journalism kind of world?
Yeah, so I went to the University of Georgia, and I knew from a really young age and for a really long time that I wanted to pursue this. So I studied digital and broadcast journalism at UGA, and there they had a couple different programs. So we had a news program, and we also had a sports program. But I felt like what we were missing was entertainment focused. So I feel like I learned the basics there of crafting a good story, how to interview guests, how to set a camera up, and from there it just sort of ignited this whole different passion, but I knew that those two weren't for me. So I started pursuing entertainment. My best friend Kevin and I, who's now the Plaza producer at the Today Show, actually, we created this entertainment show called The Dish. And it was the first time where I was like, okay, this seems something that's more in line with me. So after doing that show, I knew I really wanted to pursue production and to do something like that. I just didn't know how I was going to get there. And then I applied as a production assistant to Refinery 29, got the job, moved to New York, and was there for 5 years. And what was really cool is I caught it at a good time where it was growing really quickly.
Yeah.
And I sort of had this crash course in production, in storytelling, in making beautiful things, but also learning from some of the best producers and directors. So it was really cool. So from there, I was on our live team. I was doing a lot of our beauty shoots, and then I switched over and was our red carpet correspondent, and then also started doing a lot of hosting on the side while I was a branded content producer. And that was a really interesting place to be because I feel like from there, I got to understand what goes into being a good producer and making good production, and also how to be a good host. And those two things definitely complement each other. And then I got my interview at iHeart and got the job, cried when I got the call. The rest is history. So that's kind of the quick touch base on the journey to get there.
I just told you this, but I found you through TikTok and it was your video and you got your dream job at iHeart. You get that phone call, you're crying. Like, what is that sense of feeling that you got?
It's interesting. That's a good question. No one's asked me that before. And I think um, the first feeling I felt was relief, because I had been interviewing and auditioning for about a year. And it's no joke when they tell you it's competitive. You can make it to the last round and you don't get the job. But I also felt validation because I think so often in this career, you're like, it's so easy to second guess yourself. Am I good at this? Do I belong here? Am I just chasing a dream that's never going to happen? And so getting that call for me felt like the first step to be like, oh my God, like this could happen for me. And if I fully pursued it, took out any fear that I had, took out any doubts or
Right.
worries, and those are all natural, but it just was the first step to being like, I think I'm stepping into something big that I feel like I was meant to do. And as cheesy as that sounds, it was just like the very first moment where it really clicked.